systems online.
Right. Yes, we better start.
This colony of worms in a shared membrane has no earthly analogue. You have discovered a new clade. Naming rights may be auctioned off or reserved as a gift for that special someone in your future.
Rayon. Let's get started on reading. A colony of worms living inside a shared membrane, probably a sponge, uses weak acid to digest prey. Rayon, an organism defined as a sponge occupied by a colony of cloned predatory worms. This sponge is chambered akin to Earth's extinct sphinctozoans. The chambers grow around a central pump, pressurized acid. The rayon swarms secrete weak acid as a digestive factor and defense mechanism. This acid is held under pressure by a plug in the rayon's central pump. Bots. Rayon swarms secrete acid as a digestive factor and defense mechanism. This acid is held under pressure by a plug in the rayon's central pump. To avoid unwanted acid release, cut away in the chambers before disturbing the central pump. Volcanic origin. The acid rayon may have originally evolved near a cold seep or volcanic caldera. Acid-friendly biochemistry gave it a useful defense mechanism, feeding strategy to colonize other waters. Medical gel, the rayon's central pump is partially plugged by a mass of warm residue. This keeps the pressure to in the chambers high. The residue contains useful clotting factors and broad-spectrum antibiotics. Recommend collection. Problematic genetics. Spectrogenetic analysis indicates the host sponge and the resident worms contain partial copies of each other's genomes. This is a biological impossibility on Earth and suggests that genetic inheritance functions differently on this world. Assessment: useful source of weak acid for batteries. Central plug contains medically relevant gel. Cutaway chambers before removing central plug. Consult with your noetic advisor system to research optimum search areas. Tools I don't care to get about. Oh, except for maybe this. And this. So, resonator operating instructions. Equipped to access tool belt. Aim at a target, such as a resource deposit or attacking predator, and the press trigger to charge a sonic pulse, release to emit pulse against solid crystalline objects. Push closest to shatter. targets. Trigger an icon in your HUD, prompting you to equip and use the resonator. Okay. Wait, we're not done. Operating instructions. Versatile single-pilot submarine provides unlimited oxygen while powered. Fabricate at a vehicle bay next to a moon pool. Ensure that the moon pool is large and deep enough to accept the tadpole. Recharge power cell when depleted. In the event of damage, apply standard repair tool. Damage when diving below it's crushed. Okay, yeah.
Noah, is there a fire? Noah, do not open the seacocks. Noah? Acknowledge, please. I have a mouse trap, Noah, and I'll use it. Do not...
Where'd my base go? Ah, there it is.
Welcome aboard.
Seal the bulkhead. Keep the fire away from the lab. Sophie.
I need a battery.
Damn it. Okay. Black box, it's Tuba. I'm trapped by a marrow breach. I don't have any flares. I'm not getting eaten. The cook will not be eaten. I'd rather run out of air. Habitat's gone. Chap lost it. He blew up the beds. Some of us made it out with Ganzo. I'm sorry, Ganzo. I said I was going back to Habitat, but I'm going to find the Jubilee, and I don't think they can feed you all. I'm sorry, man. I left you. I don't know where I'm gonna reprint. I don't know what I'll remember. Look, if I find this, the Jubilee went south to the cave where the crabs die. Do you understand? The cave where the crabs...
Dr. Wu's log. Day 755. I think I've cracked it. Sophie and Anita are both right. The Protea virus causes Macefield syndrome, but only one kind of Protea virus. The Bloom strain. Maybe it's tainting Anita's angel comb adaptations. I've tuned the sonic resonators to destroy the viral crystals grown by the Bloom strain. We should test on the angel comb's...
The peak viral bloom is produced by an infected angel comb. The comb contains useful adaptations, but it must be cleared of virus. Treatment must begin with the juvenile combs nearby. Following infected rock bores may lead you to these juveniles. Caution. This angel comb has been converted into a viral factory and must be cured to gain access to new adaptations. The Noetic advisor has transmitted an alert. Return to the life pod at your convenience.
Sure thing, buddy.
Seconds.
I probably should. Ah, well.
Oxygen. Seconds.
Bloom Canker. Okay. Chimeric organism. Viroblast gagaria. I didn't say that. Gagriana is a feeding reproduction site for a large RNA virus. Generated name protovirus beta. It is a colony of funnel-shaped cells, similarly to earthly conoflagellates. Natural origin. The canker cells are infected by the protovirus beta strain, which modifies their behavior and gene expression. The cells work together to form a slime mold. Ew. Structural slime. The slime mold uses glue borrowed from clam anchor proteins to grow a hold-fast stalk and numerous sporangia, fruiting bodies. Tough to be cut through with hand tools. Virocrystals. Canker stores solid crystals of protovirus beta viron. And the canker feeds and releases protovirus beta into the seawater. Oh no! And soaks up killed microorganisms. These crystals are vulnerable to high-frequency sonic resonance. Network effect. The canker grows towards other infected organisms, transferring nutrients. Transfer nutrients and electrical current. Viral bloom ecosystem is a body. These cankers are both mouth and gonad. Protective shell. The cankers grow a tough crab-like shell using genes from other proteovirus beta-infected organisms. Pores in the shells provide excellent sonic insulation, but the canker cannot feed with its shell closed. Assessment. Primary feeding site for ecologically dubious viral bloom. destroy when opened. Destruction may help nearby infected organisms clear the virus. Balloon core. This animal, Cicada gamicos, has no earthly analog, no apparent ecological niche except to reproduce and release viruses. The ancestral fur may be Stenophore comb jelly. Its core is a viral incubator stocked with genetic material from organisms and the surrounding ecosystems. Complete viral saturation. The balloon core's entire body is densely infected with a large RNA virus, generated named proteovirus beta. The only exception is the central bulb. External food supply. The core's filter cones are inactive. It receives all its calories from the Titan rock bore below, or if that supply is disrupted from nearby balloon campers, cutting off both food supplies might allow the balloon core to clear its infection. Living bioreactor. Central bulb of the core contains genetic sequences from organisms living in the nearby ecosystem. These sequences are used as training material for proteovirus beta to improve its effectiveness. It is a laboratory for genetic adaptation, whatever. Assessment. Source of virus for all nearby balloon nodes. Starve and purge viral infection by clearing connected nodes and cankers. Starve and purge. Retrieve central bulb for genetic research and adaptation. Further investigation urgently required. I'm so sorry. Does this organism have a function beyond viral propagation? Note: users may be curious about the symbiosis between earthly parasitic wasps and polydental DNA viruses. The wasp's own genome contains the viral genome, allowing the wasp to create the virus for use in its reproductive cycle. Cartographer's notes. I took a Mongolian-style name, Rionin, daughter of Dafid, but I was still staging the Alpha Andromedate, or 2 in Karahe. I never made it to a colony, so Proteus is my first time living by the Mongolian ethos. Close to the land, learning the rules of the universe game by playing it, and the only maps here are the ones I make. I joined the Jubilee because Anita's right. Can't adapt to Proteus. If we're bottled up in quarantine bases out here, we can live with the ocean, drink from the water slugs, eat from what we scavenge, and sleep in the air pockets. Cute little creatures, water slugs. The biosphere will help us. The angel cones gave us the enzymes to digest protein tissue. Somehow the protovirus can mediate between our biologies. This whole time Sophie had us fighting against Proteus, and all we needed to do was let the planet in.
If one of my species finds this message, you may be the very last human being in the universe. You get to write the last chapter of our story. I ask you to do the most human thing you can. Forget your debt. Forget Noah, forget Altera, forget Zazora and the life you imagined. It's all gone now. You're going to die here, and that's all right. Pick the most interesting thing you can see and explore.
Google time record. Very quick. Damn it. There is a riot in Habitat. Chap and Mantis have explosives. Fire. Good. We're on fire. I have to go. Ganzo! Signal everyone outside to rally at the tadpole pens.
Tadpole pens. Maybe I could get him. I'm sorry, little cat, but I need water. You too, buddy. Go. These slugs are adorable, and I will collect them and save them when I can. But for now, I need.
Welcome aboard. The Noetic Advisor has transmitted an alert. Return to the life pod at your convenience.
Hey, don't you say I know. Actually, wait, I have to just do it like this then. The Kurta Quaker Kapoor. Gender female. Role, mission role, AI, ethicist. Pay rate, Baggator, Hero Knight, expired Mongolian Free States, trademark for specialized such valuable worker. Biography. Member of the Society of Friends, consulted on the ethics of one-way colony missions during the intervention against the Mongolian independent states, volunteered for Cicadia colony mission in order to accompany and work for the welfare of Mongolian refugees. Notes: self-reliant and calm, prefers an observational and advisory role though she displays signs of intense loneliness. Dr. Wu Langhai. Hopefully we'll get character models. Gender male, dietitian, pay rate, Kurul, expired Mongolian, free state, okay. Grandfather of an extended family. Biography, grandfather of large extended family mostly destroyed during collapse of Mongolian independent states, recruited Magami Kinu as fertility engineer. Vitals is vital to mission success. Note: extensive pharmacological experience makes Dr. Wu reliable, even when psychology altered. Tuba Toba Kahaba Budabi. Gender female. Role cook dietitian's maid. Pay rate. Frequently self-described as underpaid. Biology. Colony cook. Highly proficient with both fabricator and traditional food preparation. Exposed to dangerous levels of heavy metals in retrovirus due to habit of sampling protogen substance for flavor. History of violence in the context of organized crime. Complaints constantly, performs consistently. Notes: RASA candidate. Urgent triage policy update. Nobody wants this. I hate it more than I can say, but it's time as a colony surgeon. I have determined that we can no longer take care of the sick. We don't have the calories to spare. I will not force anyone to reprint, but I ask that once you are too sick to work, you volunteer for recycling into a new body. It won't cure the permanent damage, but it will clean you up for a while. At least this is fair. Until we know how to adapt the metals without going mass field, we're all going to get sick. I lead the way myself. Let the record show that Noah did not advise me in this decision. Metadata author Sophie Butcher. Nehema, frozen tyrant. It's not a real mind, not like you have. It can learn facts, but it can't change how it thinks. Why would it? Let me quote the manual. Noah's cephalopod-inspired architecture uses a minimal central executive to govern limb nodes at remote work sites as a frozen AI. Noah is unable to revise an architecture right to runtime, reliably controllable by less intelligent systems such as human operators, except under extreme situation. An insult to octopods. It won't let you die, not its precious workforce. If you become uncontrollable, it'll wipe your memories and start over. No anger, no resentment. Nice clean you. Change. Why would it change? The dang thing is in heaven. Colony ethicist Kapoor drowned when her bunk room flooded. Noah opened the sea cocks to flood the habitat. Control the fire. Colonists were drowned before they could reach their air supplies. Biobeds were destroyed in the fire, preventing colonists from reprinting. Further investigation required. Recommend searching the surrounding habitat and its NOAA node for more information.
Habitat is gone. The biobeds blew up and Noah flooded everything. I got to my air just in time. We tried to drag people clear, but they're gone. I don't think they're gonna reprint. I'm taking survivors due east to the tadpole pens. Swim down the tunnel past Sophie's office to the baby jellies. I'll do a head count at the worksite there.
What are these tadpole pens? Ooh, yes, now we're onto stuff. Hammerhead tentatively. Hammerhead. An armored, hard-dwelling territorial. That's an herbivore? Huh. With a powerful ram. Hammerhead challenges intruders to own its territory, especially other hammerheads, displays its pectoral fins, and closes its enamel head shield before attacking. Jet propulsions. Spiracles behind the eyes feed into a jet channel with internal gills. The jet drives the hammerhead's sudden rams, a large ring. Floats in a protective cyst. The central eye sees color while two smaller eye motion sensitive eyes guide ramming. Raising jaw. The muscular vertical jaw suggests a diet of sponges, kelps, tunicates, and possibly crushed coral. The need to protect a grazing area may have involved the hammerhead's territoriality. Practice behavior? Hammerheads ram coral domes. The adaptive benefit is unclear, perhaps toughening their shields. Advice caution, especially when piloting vehicles. May have social cognition comparable to Earth's ungulates, some of which were extremely dangerous to humans, ramming areas called Lex, or a major source of ocean noise. Morrow Breach. Morrow Breach, tentatively Mango Morrow Breach. Dangerous Celestian predators. Celestian means shark-like. Bone-cutting jaws. Adapted to shear through tough plasticized flesh edged in iron salt. Ray bites deliver thousands of newtons of force in 60 milliseconds. Beware of pre-attack behavior such as circling or test bumping. Small eyes, optic nerves connected directly into the jaw muscles, probably for bite timing. Maybe destructive. Wait. Okay. Forces and beware of prey attack behavior such as circling or test bumping. Small eyes. Optic nerves connected directly to the jaw muscles, probably for bite timing. May be distracted by bright lights. Sophisticated non-visual senses. Bodyline with neuromaths and gel. Build ampule lead. Could detect motion and electric field. Sensitive hearing. Aware of prey before they are aware of it. Streamlined body. Large caudal fin and muscular peduncle. I have never heard of that word before. Hmm. Okay. Ampoule detect motion. Potential allow for sudden lunges. Squalens rich liver provides
The
buoyancy
noetic
control.
advisor has transmitted an alert. Return to the life pod at your convenience.
You don't have to keep reminding me. Body line with neural man. Large control fin and muscular peduncle allow for sudden lunge. Squalens rich liver provides buoyancy control. There is no thruster. The marrow breach swims like a conventional fish. Assessment. Apex predator. Avoid or distract. Investigate long-term possibility of mutual association to cleaning/feeding. But remember that this is a wild animal. The four-eye. Marakoto form duplex. A predatory fish always born in pairs of identical twins. The twins pair belly to belly, joining their digestive and nervous systems to behave as a single organism. Predatory individual. The individual two eyes convergent with earthfish. Large mobile pectoral fins are suited to quick maneuvers, not cruising. Squashed eyes offer better vision upward. Individuals feed on smaller forage fish and hard-shelled crustaceans. Duplex team. Two individuals pair into a complete four-eye through the pair of modified ventral fins, which have evolved into sensitive structures similar to soul shark suckers. Repeating this phrase can help train vocal dexterity. The embryonic eye stalk grows through the forward sucker, allowing the joint pair to share nutrients and nerve clusters, and the suckers trigger each other through the skin, passing sensory data and motor commands. Separated individuals are prone to brief seizures, suggesting the nervous system too sensitive to external fluids. Dynamic pairing. Four eyes can unpair and repair at any time. Sexually mature twins paired since infancy split up to seek out mating partners, forming new four eyes. Mated pairs may be cross-sex with the male fertilizing the female, or same-sex with both individuals cooperating to locate a mate or mates. Aggression. The duplex four-eye is aggressive and willing to attack even larger species. It is unclear if this is a territory guarding strategy or a relic of some ancient group behavior, or even a form of youthful play. Solitude. Solitary two eyes may be ill or in mourning. Avoid assessment. Minor danger. Be alert for unpredictable attacks. So you can just find Nibbler Mango. Ridiculous name. Nibbler Mango. Tentatively Mango Trukta. A pesky omnivore adapted to scrape feed. It will happily snap at fish, sponges, scalps, and human limbs. Tooth-rich jaws. Enormous jaw crests the upper. Rhino thick and lower. Crush rocks and dead coral before swallowing, made of calcium apatite. Surfaced in long rhino and loaded with batteries. Batteries with spare teeth. New teeth push up through the core of old teeth, splitting them open. Likely painful. I'll bet. Appreciable threat. Not a dedicated carnivore, but territorial and always hungry. Must maintain powerful jaw. Muscles and massive digestive tract on a diet of slime, algae, and trash. Always looking for more to eat. I feel bad for this thing. Problematic digestion. Grinds its food in an internal gizzard, creating a concrete-like paste. Frequently constipated as a result. How are these things not extinct? Non-apex predator may fear a larger predator startled by bright light or loud sound. Key ecological, probably critical cycle in the ecosystems. Making them hard to bring to free nutrient surroundings. May be metal rich. Social organism. Nevertheless, may live in family groups or form small cohorts to defend against larger predators. Assessment. May be dangerous in grids. Distract with flares and avoid preventing any development. Reuseful behavior droppings. Camp 1. A partially disassembled and flooded corridor network. A human remains in the sediment suggests it was a failed habitat. Basic architecture suggests that the builders were working with a limited set of blueprints. Signs of more recent rehabilitation with larger blueprint sets. Old habitat. The eternal grow basic. Developed habitat with internal grow beds and berths are for more than 20 colonists. Hole ruptured by an explosion. Seacocks open to flood the habitat. Perhaps a notice emergency fire control. Multiple black boxes on site. A search may indicate where survivors evacuated. On-site NOAA node could be reactivated for data retrieval. One habitat module was set up as a hololab to study viral biology. The habitat contains salvage, including a powerful scanner station. Wait, am I done? Am I done? This is no more. This will be the best. Quartz, a silicate crystal named by the Polish. Quartz and feldspar make up most of Earth's continent crust. Used in the creation of fabricator-line glass and ultra-long-term computer memory storage lasting billions of years. Typically found as phenocrysts formed from cooling lava, but some local deposits have telltale bioplastic matrix. Hypothesis. Hypothesis: a large coral gathers dissolved silica to grow quartz deposits. to the noetic advisor now. Let's go. Hey Evelyn. I'm doing good, how are you? Or you're gone. That's okay too.
The noetic advisor has transmitted
I
an
know!
alert. Return to the
I'm
life
getting
pod
to
at
it.
your convenience.
Contact. K. Wander Wangmo. A young, able spacer. Partial voice data retrieved.
Mirror breach got me. Should have brought flares. Stupid.
Do you remember when she stole that fried dough from her brother and offered it to you? Right in front of him. An egregious act of sisterhood. Signal location uploaded to PDA. Be cautious. Seawater viral load increases sharply out west of the life pod.
They'll do that one. There it is. There it is.
Seconds. You have entered a viral bloom. All other microbial life in the seawater is dead. Use the sonic resonator to 30 seconds and clear the infection.
I don't have the sonic resonator. I think I need to craft that, but I can't. Head back to base. Hello. Oh man, I had a few dogs, and now they're gone.
Welcome aboard.
Okay. Biofilm is an external structures created by bacteria city to support their growth. The First bodies on Earth were probably biofilms. Biofilms allow bacteria to colonize hostile substrates like medical equipment or exposed rock face. Unusual toughness, crystalline protein structure similar to spider silk, too tough to cut by hand, may be vulnerable to sonic. Too tough to cut by hand, may be vulnerable to sonic resonance. Internal electrical network. Nanowires allow bacteria to share electrons for different metabolic reactions capable of growth even in extreme environments. Multiple bacteria species. Optogenetic analysis detects thousands of distinct strains in the film reproductive patterns. Anomalous viral infection. The film is infected with 2 strains of large RNA virus, generated named protogeneva and protovirus beta. These strains are in competition viruses from one the strain infected to destroy bacteria infected by the other, possibly a case of interguild predation. Possible Kara-type activity. Some structures within the biofilm resemble distinctly resemble Kara microforms encountered in the adrena area arm. Further analysis required assessment ecological unknown, possibly dangerous. Avoid contact or find a tool to destroy. Alright. Spider dome, an unusual coral structure. Sinkhole beneath the coral mass releases an anomalous strain of protovirus. Coral mass grows to highest concentration of this virus. Structure is flow. Coral mass emits virophages virus that target and destroy the anomalous virus. Further investigation into ecologically recommended. Wander. Locate the black box and investigate the circumstances of colonist's death.
Field notes, wander, not ander. Out here for Nahima, learning to be a biologist. I have 1 spare tank. My reprint site is habitat. Za 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 za. So, the ocean is full of proteovirus, and now we are full of it too. I asked Nahima, is it a disease like Kara? And she said no. Don't you know the difference between virus and bacteria? And I said, give me a break. I learned science off my PDA. But there are different kinds of proteovirus. Look here. Look how the coral grew over this sinkhole. Like a spider, like a plug. And it's emitting virophages. Virus that kills other virus. 1 strain of proteovirus is in that coral spider. The normal strain. And it's trying to stop a different strain coming up out of that hole. Nahima calls it the bloom strain. Why would a virus want to kill another virus? I will go check this out.
How do I How much titanium do I need? I'm just gonna get as much titanium as I physically can. Ah. I can create the bed now. Now it's just like metal cells. Fighting big scary creatures are adorable. They're adorable.
30 seconds. The Noetic advisor has transmitted an alert. Return to the life pod at your convenience.
Welcome aboard. T. Ruby and R. Lead pilot. Partial voice data retrieved.
Hey! Umala! Uh-oh.
Do you remember the flight to the Cicada? Before you were scanned into storage, Ruby kept maneuvering the shuttle wildly, and then apologizing to the passengers. I don't know how you felt about it. Personally, I was charmed. She finds her work intoxicating, and that's what life is all about. Loving what you do. Signal location uploaded to your PDA.
Am I not allowed to? It's just so I can use it batteries in that thing, my resonator. I don't like this.
Contact. Altera Starship wreck detected.
hear that? South, close. Everybody get your flares ready. Keep them away from the kids. Two of them! Hey! Umala! Uh-oh.
30 seconds.
Okay, let's head back to the light pod because this is too deep for my liking without a vehicle. Terrified.
Oxygen.
Oh, there we go.
Seconds. Oxygen.
So it doesn't go above 100. Food anyway. That's unfortunate.
Welcome aboard.
I just need the titanium ingot. How do I craft it? Can you even craft it? What's all this titanium for if I don't have... How do...
Welcome aboard.
Guess I can look. A fragment of wreckage from an module, including a large power garage, corrosion, and weathering make it difficult to determine whether this lander deployed safely from the cicada or broke away violently. The garage was opened after landing, so any surviving vehicles could sortie. Okay. Lead pilot T. NR was attacked by a Morrow breach, trying to draw it away from younger colonists. Ruby was part of a group that fled their old habitat towards the eastern edge of the pile. Following their trail to their destination may reveal their ultimate fate. BNR, female lead pilot, baby, states, trademark for swimming, a malleable worker, biography, wife of Eskans Kinsorg, experienced pilot of both remote and first-person aerospace vehicles. On the Mongolian steppes, a limited underwater experience, excellent spatial skills, highly performant under stress. Notes. Displays initial symptoms of reprint fixation syndrome. Obsession with recordings of one known death.
Kurultai record day 620. Sophie Boucher entering. Anita Gottschall and 5 others left Habitat in protest of my decision to end medical treatment for the sick. They call themselves the Jubilee. They are going to move back to Camp 1 for now. Anita claims her group can live in the open sea. She believes the planet is trying to give us what we need to survive through the angel combs. I insisted on giving them physicals. They are lucid and rational. No worse off than the rest of us. I can't prove that they are leaving because of Macefield. I can't convince Anita that she is in the thrall of a virus that compels her to the tree like a rat whose parasites drive it into the cat's jaws. I asked Noah not to reset them when they die, but I suspect it will anyway. Everyone will blame me. Well, so be it. I must ask Nahima what will happen to the ecosystem if the Jubilee group eats everything. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn!
I just need one more titanium.
Seconds.
I hope that is. this will go back. Now I just need to get out of here.
Welcome aboard.
Now to find that titanium ingot. This is gonna be a while. Eh.
30 seconds. This life form is a biological antenna. It archives useful genetic material in its core as it matures, making it a perfect gene donor.
Ah. Yeah, I've been. I'm not going out there.
Biomass seconds of a single species of large jelly. Simple ecosystems are often a sign of ecological crisis.
Oh.
30 seconds.
What battery? Flare. The heck is this thing?
Seconds. Seconds.
Guessing those are the records of Subnautica. Oh, just give me a battery charger or a fragment. Better get titanium ingot, or better yet, both. Just need a titanium ingot. Now go.
30 seconds.
I need to get out of here. These things?
Seconds. Seconds.
Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard.
H. Gorgon. Thelamiscos. A predatory soft coral named for its resemblance to Earth's Gorgonians. Sponge coral moiety. Like hard corals on this world, Gorgons are sponges inhabited by cnidarian polyps, tiny jellyfish-like organisms which live within the sponge and direct its growth. Unlike our corals, they do not produce a live limestone structure or host photosynthetic microbes. They are peer predators. Caged friend. The caged Gorgon specializes in capturing and protecting a symbiotic partner, which attracts prey for the Gorgon to sting and eat. The caged Gorgon larva probably adheres to a partner such as Caramoia raw sac and then grows around it, eventually fastening the partner to the seafloor. Duplex larvae. The free-swimming reproductive stage of the cage gorgon carries cells of a host sponge. There's a host sponge like seeds. These seeds are genetically distinct from other sponges in the ecosystem, suggesting the cage gorgon is monogamous, with only a single host sponge. Assessment: cutting open the cage gorgon allows access to a symbiotic partner carrying no risk of inflicting pain or suffering. And partner before healing or survival empty. Rotovirus. The crab teratoma site provides insight into the behavior of the protovirus. Gross genetic transfer of the protovirus can reprogram cells of an organism coral to behave as and become cells of another cells of one organism to behave as and become cells of another. The coral crab. This is a biologically implausible, nonetheless it occurs. Horizontal gene exchange. Horizontal gene Horizontal gene exchange. Horizontal gene transfer is the exchange of DNA between organisms other than parent and child that occurs frequently on Earth, largely but not exclusively between microbes. The human placenta depends on a capsule protein that was inserted into the ancestral mammals by a retrovirus inflicting a sperm or egg cell. Evolutionary catalyst: the protovirus may have evolved earlier than terrestrial viruses, granting the root level access to biology on this world. If it constantly exchanges genes between species, it may increase the pace of evolution, allowing natural selection to more rapidly search the space of all possible life forms. For the best adapted, but most changes are destructive, not helpful. Viruses are free riders. While viruses are common and evolutionarily important, they are parasites and ultimately consume the host's resources for little return. A healthy ecosystem should ultimately consume the host resources for little return. A healthy ecosystem should. Data bank generation halt. User facing error script hook found in bad memory entries. Execution failed, resuming generation. Manage its viral infections into productive roles. Assessment ambiguous. Protovirus may provide life on this world with an evolutionary advantage at the cost of pervasive viral infection.
This life form is a biological antenna. It archives useful genetic material in its core as it matures, making it a perfect gene donor.
This animal, Cicada gamicos, has no earthly analog and no clear ecological niche. The ancestral form may be a centrophore comb jelly of all animals on Earth. Comb jellies are the least related to humans. Active central bulb. Central bulb is similar to an enormous cell nucleus. It contains gene sequences from organisms in the surrounding environment. Viral loop. Combs release a large RNA virus into the seawater. This virus, designated protovirus, affects all other organisms in the ecosystem. Infected organisms produce new copies of the virus, which return to the angel comb carrying stolen genes from infected hosts. The angel comb conducts genetic piracy on a massive scale. External food source. The angel comb draws food from the Titan rock bore below. Angel combs may be obligate parasites of Titan rock bores. Touch central bulb for genetic adaptation. Further investigation urgently required. Note, users may be curious about the symbiosis between earthly parasitic wasp and wasps. I don't care about earth wasps. I'm playing a game for space stuff. Anthoraccaria Nicrole, a colonial stock of large jellies similar to Earth's Domodites. Each jelly remains moored to the stalk rather than maturing into a free-swimming medusa. Enormous size and hunger. Rather than feeding on prey, the Nicrole gathers dead matter from the seawater. The size and height of the stalks are directly related to the rate of death and decay. Upcurrent. Acid yielding metabolism. Nicrole has adapted to low oxygen seawater. It ferments much of the matter it collects in a central basket stomach, a process which requires no oxygen and yields strong acids. The Nicrole concentrates these acids around its eggs as a defense. Assessment to large numbers of Nicrole in this region indicate a bloom. A population explosion caused by a flood of nutrients. This is a poor sign for the health of the ecosystem and perhaps for the state of the global climate. Produces egg clusters that can be produced into strong acid. And this thing is BFJ. Big friendly jelly. Behemoth fingered like jelly, a massive specimen with no earthly analog. Jelly-like body plan, even the largest terrestrial jellies are anatomically simple, with a gelatinous bell, a central stomach, and tentacles. By contrast, the BFJ, an acronym for Behemoth Fingered Leg Jelly. It's big, friendly jelly. Has complex organs and a sophisticated nervous system. Gas bladders. Most of the BFJ's volume is occupied by gas bladders, controlled by a net of distributed nerves that automatically regulate buoyancy. Sedentary BFJs resting on the seafloor flood their gas bladders with seawater. Multiple eye spot. The BFJ's eyes are differentiated into small, sharp-focused eyes and large, wide field arrays. They focus exclusively upward. Fine muscles in the Rhopalia eye clusters. Adjust the eye to focus through different classes of seawater, even air, suggesting the BFJ spends time at the surface of the sea. Muscular arms. Unlike the trailing tentacles of most jellies, the BFJ's arms are muscular hydrostats, like squid arms, covered in finely developed sensory hairs. They do not seem to be used for predation. Instead, they seek out chemical resources in the seafloor. Methane sensing organs are particularly dense at the tips of the arms. The index BFJ scanned the Earth by the other seems to be feeding on sunlight while awaiting the unknown future state in its life cycle assessment. Possibly the sea-bound state of an airborne organism. Named for a legendary laundress, the hydraulic turbine transforms moving water into power. Ocean currents turn blades, which spin the rotor, build inside a water current to connect to a nearby habitat or facility with power transmitters. Clever phrase. Amorphous sponge, amphora, a sponge adapted to colonize and create air pockets. Amphora-shaped structure, like all sponges, the amphora requires constant flow through its pores to survive, but it pumps air rather than water. Contraction and expansion forces most moist air through the sponge's pores. Absorbent surfaces harvest water and carbon dioxide from the air. Waxy coating helps prevent water loss. Radiolytic metabolism, the soft blue glow of the sponge bioluminescence fueled by radioactive minerals. Sponges, veins, structures growing from the incurring rhizoid. This radiation splits water into hydrogen and oxygen. Gases gather in the cave ceilings. The amphora prefers to colonize, creating pockets of null gas. Null gas, unmixed hydrogen and oxygen. Though breathable, this air is highly flammable and an explosion risk. The sponge's symbiotic bacteria feed on the hydrogen and oxygen, producing energy and water. The sponge uses this energy to fix carbon from the air and grows an earth plant would. A remarkable step, the amphora sponge may evolve in an entire lineage of dryland sponges, colonizing niches filled by plants and fungi on Earth. Indicates the presence of an air pocket. Swim up to breathe. Do not ignite flares or discharge electrical devices in the pocket. Yeah, I don't want to be lit on fire. Sporalcephos, a two-paired species of a sponge and a coral, possibly a single chimeric organism. Reef building. Reef building on this world seems to be carried out by a range of sponge coral pairings in hard corals. The sponge has lost its ability to feed independently and provides a hard shell for the corals. In this organism, the relationship is reversed. The coral polyps grow a hard surface shell while the sponges continue to pump water because the hard shell blocks the sponge's pores. They work in pairs, with one inhaling through its osculum and one exhaling. Dome coral association frequently found on the surface of the larger dome coral, blocking patches of its surface from receiving sunlight. This may be an opportunity opportunistic parasite relationship. Confusing genetics. Both coral polyps and sponge cells seem to carry the genome of both organisms, lowering the definition of a species. It is unknown how a single organism can contain genomes for two biologically distinct species. The two cannot reproduce sexually to combine their genes. Assessment. Interesting data point. Cabbage shoot root. Shoot root cabbage, a robust bottom-dwelling organism that is anatomically similar to a plastic starfish or to an open variety of Earth-extinct blastoids. Animal anatomy. The cabbage shoot root's upwards, full-facing mouth surrounded by outstretched arms. These arms are hard, tightly grouped, partly calcified, and covered in a tough bipolymer characteristic of other shoot roots. Tentative name. Polyprotofinal. These arms produce the cabbage leaf texture that gives the shoot root its name. Seabed burrowing. A second set of arms uses ribbons in the same tough biopolymer to dig into the seabed, storing up sediment and expanding cracks in rock. This is a difficult, metabolically expensive process, but it's niche with little competition. Symbiokiss. A cabbage shoot root does not use its mouth to eat or its hard life-like arms to feed. These surfaces seem to be reserved for a symbiotic partner. The cabbage shoot root uses its mouth to transfer nutrients gathered by its roots to the symbiote and to receive a trickle of food or chemistry in exchange. Circular nerve cord. Like all shoot roots, the cabbage shoot root is notable for its expression of circular nerve cord. Assessment. Do not say you may receive nutrients. Gross. Titan rock boar. This enormous colony of organisms, Lithodonta, resembles a spinal cord protected by a crab-like shell. It extends beyond scanner range, both directions, growing through fed fractures in the seabed. Rock. Hollow interior. The interior of the boar contains at least two large flooded channels, one strikingly radioactive. The essential form may be a pyrosome, a sea squirt. Poor health. Most of the zooids in the boar are dead, leaving only a mineral skeleton and a hydrocarbon polymer shell. The interior channels have clogged. Unknown metabolism. The boar has no apparent food supply. It may have derived chemical energy from minerals, but if so, its bacterial symbiotes have fled. It is starving. Viral activity. The surviving tissue is infected with large RNA virus similar to earthly giant sea viruses. The boar's anatomy includes receptor sites that encourage viral infection and reproduction. Further analysis required. Assessment. Entirely unknown organism. Investigate further. Determine origin of and ecological niche. Okay, 3 more. A simple animal closely related to corals, characterized by a symmetrical body and trailing arms. It usually grows in a stalked form called the polyp, before detaching into a free-swimming form called the medusa. Some jellies remain stalked their whole lives. Mixotrophs. Most are predatory, but some obtain nutrients from photosynthesis or symbiotic photosynthesizers. Nerve net. Jellies predate the evolution of a nerve cord in the tunics. Complex. Some jellies in this world have achieved a size and complexity unknown on Earth. Evolutionary origins unknown. Earth along jellies.
Nahima field notes go. Day 400. Bad news. I see signs of eutrophication. There are a lot of jellies here. They're feeding on decay. Somewhere in this ocean, everything is dying, and it's causing runaway growth here. Eutrophication. The jellies will poison the water, and this place will die too. This is how mass extinctions get started. I'll leave a copy of this log to mark the current edge of the jelly growth. Hey, Gonzo, you hear that? South, close. Everybody get your flares ready. Keep them away from the kids. Two of them! Hey! Umala! Uh-oh.
30 seconds.
No, not a nutrient block. In our report, Ruby died of a spinal cord fracture. She was attacked by a marble breach. Ruby had severe hernia. Ruby died surrounded by her colleagues. Ruby died about 235,000 hours ago. Ruby's black box transmitted her into an unknown biobed. No return telemetry was received. Ruby's status cannot be determined from this black box. So she could be still alive.
30 seconds.
But where? I wouldn't know where to begin looking. I want to get to that tree. Just give me one titanium ingot. That's all I ask for. No, let me out. Yeah, let me go. Oh, no. I can't.
30 seconds. Oxygen.
The woods are on the same speed. I don't feel like I'm going faster.
Wrong virus.
Who was that? Who was that?
it. Mirror breach got me. Should have brought flares. Stupid. Had a parasite on it. Full of virus. Bloom virus. I got a scan. It doesn't match the virus in our blood. Legs won't move, so you can't fix it. Trying to tourniquet. Listen, Nashima, Bloom isn't Macefield. Was wrong. Bloom isn't Macefield. It hurts. Sorry, your kids don't listen, Mom.
30 seconds.
She's gonna kill me for dying again.
Welcome aboard.
Spacer. Pay rate. Companion. Friend. Expand Mongolian free stew. Okay. This is another name. Can't wonder why Mel was attacked by a Morrow breach while investigating a viral balloon around an angel comb. Wanda reported a parasite attached to the Morrow breach. Wanda regretted not using flares to distract her attacker. Wanda reported that the viral balloon did not match the strain of protovirus detected in colonists' blood. Concluded that the bloom virus was not responsible for Macefield syndrome. Recommend treating the viral bloom with appropriate tools. Once treated, the nearby angel combs may be a useful source of adaptations. A beaked, armless cephalopod similar to squid that feeds on blood and body fluids. Massively infected with a large RNA virus generated named protovirus beta that alters its behavior. Eyeless parasite. The bloom parasite Tethys rhicolacus preys on larger organisms by scent and magnetic perception, using its powerful beak to cut an incision and insert a rasping tongue. The radula feeds until dislodged by the host or a symbiotic cleaner, or until its stomach fills. Viral infection. The specimen is infected by bloom virus, protovirus beta, which has suppressed its immune system and grown bacterial colonies across the parasite. The virus was replicating in the parasite's central nervous system. Ew. Altering its behavior. Vector of viral speed. Parasite compulsively spreads its viral payload to host organisms. Prefers to target large predators. The virus transfers to the host's nervous system in a similar manner to terrestrial rabies, producing increased aggression and vicious guarding behavior around other protovirus beta infected organisms. Sonic resonance, vulnerability, enormous volumes of proteovirus beta from crystals in the parasite's tissue. These crystals can be disrupted with sonic resonance. The parasite may be wounded, or killed by this treatment. Assessment compels predators to defend other bloom organisms, treat infected predators by resonating attached parasites. Most ethical systems assign limited value to parasites. Disgust is a frequent instinctive response. Recommend consultation with a chaplain psychiatrist for further reflection. That's one. Okay, I only have this one last one.
Miss Nehema, if I get reset, Mirror Breach got me. Should have brought flares. Stupid. Had a parasite on it. Full of virus. Bloom virus. I got a scan. It doesn't match the virus in her blood. Legs won't move, so you can't fix it. Trying to tourniquet. Listen, Miss Nehema, Bloom isn't Maysfield. Was wrong. Bloom isn't Maysfield. It hurts. Sorry your kids don't listen, Mom. She's gonna kill me for dying again.
Seconds. Oxygen.
Black box, we wonder. 01 Prostormer 10. Wander died of blood loss. She was attacked by a Morrow breach. Wander died alone. Wander died about 255,000 hours ago. Wander's last time is her to a well-abandoned habitat. Despite elevated levels of contamination, particularly retroviral DNA, Wander has reprinted without a reset. Wander's life continued. There it is. There's the angel's comb. Just need. Can't speak. Just need a titanium ingot. How do I get one? Where do I get one? Why can't I craft it? stuff in there.
Seconds.
I don't want to know.
Seconds.
No, that's... So they'd still that. Aw. Whatever. Glad to know that's there, but unfortunately there was no battery charger.
Seconds. 30 seconds.
I'm scared. No, there's something out there. Not a good idea.
30 seconds.
About 25 people lived here. They were trying to build a life. Farms and biomods that could support.
There we go. Now we can charge my batteries. Let's get out of here.
This biobed was destroyed with a demolition explosive. The composition is not a licensed fabricator recipe.
The heck was all that about? I don't want bots.
Welcome aboard. Warning. Power offline. Power connected. All systems online.
Guess while I lay down and wait, I can just go through this again. Cave cluster. Black Box Tarvidas Segmentus 1 Post-mortem. Mantis died in an explosion. Mantis was experiencing severe starvation. Mantis had advanced heavy metal poisoning, and Mantis had severe pharmia. Several were killed in the same blast. Mantis died about 335,000 hours ago. Mantis Black Box had been marked "Do not print" shortly before his death. The status was applied by the Habitat NOAA node. This fork of Mantis life ended. Access codes and the Black Box were corrupted by the explosion cannot be retrieved.
Oh shit!
Thing 2, Tarvish 1. Thing 2 drowned after an explosion caused by fire in the habitat. Thing 2 was experienced moderate starvation. Thing 2 had advanced heavy metal poisoning. Thing 2 had moderate pneumonia. Several other colonists died. The blast was drowned immediately afterwards. Thing 2 died about 235,000 hours ago. Thing 2's Black Box was not found. It's paired by Obed. His fork of Thing 2's life ended.
Sophie, I've got to tell. Oh, here I go. Oh, go again.
Take your time. Copper poisoning causes chorea and vocal tics.
Look, my feet move when I talk. I have moves.
Yeah, you do. You can finally dance. Oh, sweetie. Would it help to reprint?
After I report, the Jubilee group are messing with Sleep Bay 3.
Anita. Well, that means they're starving. They need biobeds to reprint. So much for the Jubilee.
They cut the cable from the Sleep Bay NOAA to ours.
They don't want our NOAA to reset them. Print older versions of them from the Sleep Bay records.
Would NOAA do that?
Sure. NOAA reset Zip. And everyone who goes Maysfield. You know that.
But all of us. At once?
I suspect that's what happened to the people who built Camp 1.
So all of this could happen again. Again. Again.
Processor. Operating instructions: construct and habitat room compartments that select the desired process, such as titanium ingots. Yeah. To gender. No one knows. Emotional label spacer. Representative of the young age across generational Mongolian crews. Devout Buddhist, but expresses no dissatisfaction with biobeds. Adult identity, not fully formed. Notes like other young pioneers important to colony morale. How do I get mild? There we go.
Welcome aboard.
No? Ah.
30 seconds.
Ugly, isn't it?
Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard.
So that's how you make titanium.
The Resonator's blueprints include several components not based on Altera designs or any known human engineering. Despite these irregularities, the Resonator will selectively fracture mineral deposits and a narrow range of alien biomolecules.
Welcome aboard.
do I do?
30 seconds. Oxygen.
Okay.
Kids, stupid.
What am I? Okay. Let's.
30 seconds.
Keywords.
Terrific kids.
What's that? Am I doing this right?
Oh, it hurts.
Viral replication impaired. Destroy these cannons wherever you find them.
Oh. They have to be open. Okay.
Return to the adult angel cone to check the status of the main viral bloom.
Okay.
The peak viral bloom is produced by an infected angel cone. It contains useful adaptations, but it must be cleared of virus. One of the juveniles feeding it has been treated. One remains. Seconds.
Bro, this game's so fun. I wonder what it'd be like to play with others.
Wrong virus. Sick kids.
30 seconds.
Let's continue this. Is she the virus?
Successful. Return to the main viral bloom to assess its state.
I will, but let me get some food. You're not food.
Seconds.
Welcome aboard.
Let's see. One final time, then I'll call it a night or day. Of how they start for most. Are gonna be fine.
Oxygen. Insert your hand into its core and take a sample. Very potent genetic material detected. Searching for useful sequences. Adapting heat shock proteins. Your body can now survive elevated water temperatures.
Nice. Now if I find that thing again.
Welcome aboard.
Okay. Yep. That's one, two, three. Colonist Bunker Sophie's Retreat. A remote habitat on the edge of the Jelly Barrens in the northwest of the Coral Gardens biome. Contains a biobed ready to upgrade colonists' bodies. License violations have disabled the bed's ability to reprint lost colonists. Biobed records indicate that a printed colonist PCR DMIK9 SB02 more than 20 times. Records stored on site were signed by Sophie Boucher, colony surgeon. She may have used this site for medical research. Bank entry coming soon. So that just leaves one more. Boucher. And then a bunch of primary physician, Altair Biobed System, FIVH3A3, consulting physician Boucher Sophie. Patient complains of progressive Macefield syndrome, INCL, delusions, preoccupations, preservation, yearning, call of the sea. Several fellow colonists have succumbed, vanished, been reset by Noah. Patient is her own physician. Physician attempted radical therapy, daily recycling, outcome possibly good. Macefield progress delayed compared to control group. Everyone else, complications. Broad use of this therapy would lead to print loss rates so high Noah may purpose a mass reset as more economical. Conclusion, pursue therapy in secret under doctor/patient confidentiality may be good to have an outside perspective. Edit. Day 670. Do not tell Nehima. Best not to. Diverging perspectives on viability. And I guess this is a good place to turn it off. Leave off. Check one more. Gonna charge the batteries. And this is it. Save and exit. Oop.